Hi. I see few people in the chat. Gaurav, Priyank, Afia, Ankit, Geeta, Moses. Hi, Vicky. Hi. Please make use of chat because I think that's the only way we all can communicate and stay in touch. I look forward to the interaction. Hi, hello. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Priyank. Afia, Irshad, Moses, let me know when can we start. I'm ready whenever you all say. Thank you.
Let's start now, Umang. Let's not make the people wait anymore.
You sure you want to wait for a couple of minutes? Sorry, I didn't get that.
We can start in a minute.
Okay, sure. I don't mind because it's just 6:30, so people will be joining. That's okay. Thank you. Hi, good evening.
Start,
Good
Umang.
evening. Good evening.
Umang, let's start.
Okay. Hi. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Good evening. We're good to go, right? Afia, Irshad?
Yes, please.
Next slide, please. So just a quick introduction. My name is Umang Maheshwari, and it's my pleasure to be here today, this evening. I'll be interacting with you all. I'll be sharing my experiences, some stories that I've seen over the years in my career. Small background, I work with a company called Shebang. I look after the consulting and advisory business over here, which means that we help companies set up their sales processes. We help them with their sales transformations. We have our offices across Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, London, and now Amsterdam very soon. We're a full service marketing and advertising firm. So I've seen the entire strata of marketing till the end touch point, that is sales through and through, for multiple companies that we have worked with so far. So I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a very interesting discussion. So feel free to make use of the chat box. It's available to you. Ask questions, ask your doubts, whatever you want to post your comments, please feel free to do so. Next slide. So here's how we are going to keep it, right? I'm going to keep it interactive rather than it being me talking to all of you. We all are going to talk to each other, right? And before we jump onto that section, maybe, I just want to touch upon 4 key themes for my today's talk. And these are the 4 themes as you see on the screen. So I'll probably spend a couple of minutes sharing some insights around each of these themes, and then we can move on to the Q&A. Does that sound good? Is everyone with me? Because if I don't see movement in the chat box, I may not move forward because the audio feedback is not there. So, okay. Thank you, Abhin. Thank you, Abhin Srinivasan. So, Irshad, thank you so much for sharing this screen. Could we please move forward to the next slide? The changing role of sales in organization. Next slide, please. This is the first theme of today's conversation. What is sales? Anyone wants to give it an attempt? I know that you all will have to type because since unmuting is not an option. I'm just going to wait for 30 seconds in case anyone wants to answer. What is sales? Because if we are attending a session around strategic sales management, first we need to understand what is sales, right? It means different things to different people. Anyone? Sell what you have. Okay, Amit, yes, sell what you have, correct? That's a good way to look at it. Great. Yes. So sales is essentially ensuring that a transaction happens between 2 parties. It's as simple as that. Need, interest, concern, the process of revenue generation through sales of products and services aligned with the strategy of the organization. Product sharing. Yes. The good part is that all these answers are correct. All these answers are correct, right? That is what sales is all about, right? Convincing someone for something, yes, that is also sales, right? And sales is probably the oldest form of marketing. Marketing as a word, it did not exist in the dictionary until about 100 years ago. The first time that it appeared in the dictionary was around 1910 in the Merriam-Webster's dictionary, right? And it was derived from the word called market. But selling has been at the core of human existence for so many years, right? So sales is the oldest form of marketing and taking your products to other people. Exchange of goods and services. Yes. Sales is revenue. Yes, absolutely. And the point that I want to touch upon today is that the role of sales in conventional organizations today is evolving. It's not just about selling that product or service. No, sales are actually profit centers. Because if you look at it, every other department in the company spends money. Every other department. Sales is the only department which earns money for you, right? So it's technically the profit center. It's the strategic profit center of the organization, right? And the role of sales is evolving also in a manner that, there was first wave wherein the role of sales moved from selling to managing. And today it's moving from managing to leading, right? Today, some of the most influential people in any organization are salespeople. And we're going to talk about it. Why? You want to introduce a new product. You're a conglomerate, right? Let's say you manufacture biscuits, you are into dairy. You want to introduce a new product. Who's going to get you data? You want to enter a new market. Who's going to take you into the new market? Who's going to tell you your customer satisfaction levels, your net promoter score? Who's going to optimize process for you? Your leaky bucket analysis. The ability that salespeople have to be in touch with the customers and the consumers and the market on a daily basis, collect all this intel and bring it in for decision making at the board level. No other department in the organization has the capability to do that. And that is why the role of sales is evolving. And often when I talk about this, a lot of people ask me, that is digital now taking over? Well, nobody's taking over no one. The idea is that digital and physical both are going to coexist. But yes, the importance of human to human sales, sales transaction that is happening between two parties, it's going to stay, right? And that is why in the digital world that we live in today, importance of strategic sales management becomes even more important, right? So Irshad, could I please request you to move to the next slide? Now, मैंने बात करी, I spoke about how the role of sales is evolving, right? Now we also need to talk about how sales strategy is sales organizational strategy. Spans are more, according to you. Advertising or sales, can someone tell? It's a more of a general knowledge question. According to you, where does an organization spends more? Advertising or sales? Anyone? No shots? Advertising. Okay. Advertising. Oh, wow. Very learned people in the crowd. I'm so happy. Yes, it's advertising, right? Still, sales people virtually run the organization. And those of you who have had a chance to be in sales or to know how sales functions will know it, right? What is strategy? Why do we make one? We make strategy so we can succeed in this ever competitive world, right? And the only difference between a good strategy and a great strategy is that good strategy are made by people who sit in the boardroom, and great strategy is made by people who actually go out there, talk to customer and sell stuff, because they know what the customer wants. They know what the pain points are, right? And that is why organizations which understand the importance of sales give a very special, they spend a lot of time talking to their sales teams and grooming their sales teams, right? And that is why I often say it. Good organization hear what sales suggests. Great organizations implements what sales suggests, right? So there's a difference between good and great organizations, and this is it, right? Sales enabling a data-backed approach to strategy formation across sectors, and the importance of data is increasing, and nobody can move away from this fact. We all see it every single day, right? But what is enabling that data? Who is getting that data from the market every single day? That X competitor has increased the market share by so and so percentage. Y competitor has acquired a new market or a new category. Who's bringing all of this data, all of this intel? It's the sales teams, right? And the most successful organizations understand that either salespeople or front-end team, exactly, Shavita, right? Either everyone is doing sales or supporting sales. There's no third. Great organizations actually understand that either you are selling something or you're supporting the people who are selling something. That's it, right? Provide market intelligence. Yes, Amit, very right. It's the sales team who provides market intelligence. See, what's happening is that we all, over the years have taken a very narrow view on sales. That sales is all about going out there and selling. and the job ends. No, sales is everywhere. Who decides what product to launch? Who decides what kind of packaging to launch? What sizes to launch? It's the sales people, right? New product launch by competition, market requirement, exactly. And that is why sales is integrated with organizational strategy, very well integrated, right? Could we please move to the next slide? If you all have any questions, please feel free to drop it in the chat box, or if we want, we can also take it up, later towards the end of the session. What does a strong sales team means? A strong sales team means strong organization. When your competitor has taken more share of the market, right? When your competitor has launched a new product, a new service, all other departments may give up. Your R&D may not be able to catch up. Your finance may not be able to catch up. But you will see in every organization, sales is the last standing team, because everyone knows that sales people will manage. Sales hai na, sambhal lega. And you know what the reality of the world is, that sales team sambhal leti hai. By one way or the other, sales teams ends up saving the quarter for every company every single time, right? And it is not the other teams which make an organization more successful. It's the high performing sales teams that make up for high performing organizations, right? And you will see the teams where sales directs and everybody acts are the more efficient organizations. You will see around yourself. You start looking around, start talking to your peers, and you would slowly realize this. And also, it's a given fact. If any other department fails, it's okay. If finance team is not working for a week, it's fine. If marketing team is on a leave for 10 days, it's fine. Who cannot be on leave? Sales. Sales. Yes, Amit, every organization believes that end and quarter will be taken care by sales team. Exactly. We have overlooked sales, and it is the time that the sales leaders of today equip themselves with strategic skills so that they can take a larger role in the organizations that they serve, right? When everybody fails, it is still okay. But when sales fails, the company fails. The company literally fails, no matter how big you are. Look what happened to some of the biggest, companies in the world, right? I don't want to take example. It's a webinar. But you look around yourselves, the companies that existed 5 years ago, and they do not exist today, right? What happened to them? Their sales failed. It's not their R&D, or probably their R&D did not listen to their sales teams, right? I think there is some typo in the next. Please ignore that. The most successful organizations understand that either everyone is doing sales or supporting sales. Yes, could we please move to the next slide? Sales is the backbone, correct. Evolving role of salespeople in today's time, and how as salespeople, your sales career is linked to your personal growth. There's nobody else in the organization who on a daily basis interacts with so many people on the outside. If you are in the sales, you know it. And if you're not someone from sales, try talking to your sales team. Your sales friend, in your respective company, the person who's into sales, just talk to them. They will know a person everywhere. It teaches you a way of life. It teaches you how to connect with the people you have never met before. It gives you the power of trust, right? Sales is not a profit job. It's a people's job. Most people don't understand it, right? It teaches you how to stay grounded in times of success. It teaches you how to sail in times of distress, and it teaches you how to lead in uncharted waters. You want to enter a new market, you want to enter a new category, your profits are going down. Sales team will be the one who will be ready to take the onus and turn it around. There's no other department that will be confident enough to say that, okay, I'll turn this around. Finance can optimize cost. Marketing can sort of create good ads. But who's going to get revenue to the company? It's the sales. In sales, you build connections that last, right? And you know what they say, if you know selling, right? If you know how to sell, you can pretty much go to any industry in any part of the world and you will survive. If there's one skill that you need to know, it's how to sell. And when you put strategy into it, you know how to grow and how to lead and how to scale organizations, right? And this is what this entire course that, IIM Indore and Jigsaw have curated for you, which talks about how you can do strategic sales management, how you can look at pricing decisions and integrate it with your marketing strategy, and then integrate it with your supply chain, and then look at sales and look at it as one piece, very well integrated, right? It helps you unlock the true potential of what sales and sales teams and sales people can do to an organization in true sense. If you have a look at the syllabus, I don't know if they have it on some of the next slides, but you will see the way it's curated. Afia Isha, do we have the syllabus slide? So maybe, I can talk a little bit about that. If not, then it's okay. I'll just open the PDF.
Unfortunately, we don't have it on the slide, Umang.
You don't have it, but it's okay. But just to give everyone context, you can visit the Jigsaw website or IIM Indore website and download the syllabus, and you will see each and every module is so well crafted, how to generate right leads. And they have also topped it up with a lot of workshops that will equip you with all the right skills that you need. There are sessions on Excel, there are sessions on how to do consultative selling, there are sessions on how to improve your pitch, there are sessions on how to create your organizational strategy. You name it and they have it, right? And everything that I've spoken about so far on sales, this course covers it. So, and also it might sound like I'm trying to do a hard sell. Trust me, I'm not, right? I have seen people taking this course up close. I've seen people delivering this course up close, and I've seen the Jigsaw team taking special care in ensuring that all the best workshops and sessions are curated and well in place, right? So yeah, I will leave it here, and now I'll probably spend, talking to all of you. If at all you have any questions, if you come from sales background and you want to see that, whether this course is going to be helpful to you or not, or whether you come from a non-sales background and you want to identify how this course can add value to what is that you do, I'll be happy to answer those questions. So I will now, Afia, if we could just have a Q&A round, and if you can allow people to unmute, or maybe they can use chat, whatever is possible, happy to do that.
We can give them the access to unmute, right, Arshad?
Great, perfect. I think, yes, there was an option. So yes, all the 30 people who have joined us today, I again want to thank you on behalf of IIM Indore, Jigsaw, and everyone for taking this time. I hope I was able to do justice to what I know I've not done full justice because the time was really less, but I've touched upon what sales means in today's world, right? And what salespeople can do, right? And truly, if there's one profession that has stood the test of time, it is sales. If you look at it, every job around you is evolving. Now it is the time salespeople, the way they look at their job evolves. How sales strategies help in scaling profit. Interesting questions of a company. Interesting questions in a lot of ways, Srinivasan, right? Sales helps you identify new markets that you can enter, right? Sales helps you identify new products or services that you can launch, right? Sales helps you identify how to generate right leads for your business, right? Sales tells you how to pitch more efficiently. See what is happening around us. Today, there's a lot of noise in world. Any product that you want to buy, a lot of people are selling it, right? The product that you are trying to sell or the service that you are trying to sell, a lot of people are trying to sell it the same way. You'll have to do things a bit differently, right? And that is where strategies come into the place. Whether my strategy is to defend a market or attack in a market, attack to gain market share. So all of those things. So sales strategies pave the way for profit and scaling profit. Where can I cut down my cost? How can I optimize my product a little more? Can I launch a different packaging? All of that, right? So all of these strategies, actually, they originate from sales teams, right? They might be executed by finance, marketing, operations, logistics teams jointly, but it is 9 out of 10 times, it is the sales teams who bring in all these strategies. So yeah. So I think they have allowed all of you to unmute and ask questions. So please feel free to unmute, switch on your cam if you need to, and I'll be happy to answer the questions. Srinivasan, I hope I've answered your question. Great, thanks. Anyone else? Any questions? Okay. Maybe if there's one more slide, someone from Jigsaw wants to talk about the course structure and everything. Is the slide there? Or where can participants find more details?
I have dropped a link to the website page among people who are interested can
Okay.
put their is there. We'll anyways after this session we'll call people.
You'll call people. Okay, one question I've received on my personal chat is 1 second. Okay, how is this course different? Oh, wow, that's a wonderful question. Um, why is this course different? Actually, I'm just thinking about the ways in which I can answer this question. Number one, the syllabus of this course is very different if you have a look at it, right? I cannot share my screen, otherwise I would have shown it to you. The way the modules have been curated, it's nothing like any other course out there, number one. Number two, it's delivered jointly by professors from one of the topmost institutes in the country and one of the most reputed institutes in the world, and industry faculties, right? And it's a combination of right amount of theory and practical lessons. And essentially, that is why this course is a different one. And you can compare it. I mean, I don't even need to say it. You can just open different websites and just compare. 1 second, there are a couple of more questions. I am digital marketer for the last 7 years. From the last 3 months, I'm planning to switch my field from digital marketer to business development. Is it possible? What is the difference between BD and sales? Oh, wow, that is an interesting question. So I'll answer the first part. Yes, it is very much possible to make a transition to sales. In fact, sales is the only profession you can make transition to no matter what you were doing before, right? That's so yes, you can make transition, Priyanka ji. And what is the difference between BD and sales? Um, wow, that's an interesting question. See, the difference between BD and sales primarily depends on the organization you're part of. More modern IT-backed organizations usually have a business development department because their lead pipelines are slightly longer. But in layman's term, there's so to say no difference between BD and sales. Both have the same objective to find the right customer, to convince the right customer, to acquire the right customer, and to retain the right customer, right? Some teams, because of their scale at which they operate, may have to create distinctions between BD and sales. Most conventional organizations don't do it. We do not have a sales team. We are far behind our competitors in sales. Should we do a catch up at least initially, or do something new? Sorry, Akshay, you'll have to give me a little more context and then probably I'll be able to answer. Sir, I'm in pharma industry, Nitinji. Okay, since 5 years, I want to new techniques for more sales in pharma industry. Oh, so what this course does, and in general also, I can probably share my 2 cents, is that the principles of sales do not change. They are industry agnostic. But how you apply those principles and those tools from each industry, they change very differently. So I'm assuming you are either MR or you are into B2B pharma equipments. So depending on that, you can learn new techniques. If it's more around equipments and all of that, you can probably learn how you can generate more leads and sell more products, right? Because if you can generate the right leads, you know that these people are looking for the product and you can just go out and sell it to them. I want to know new techniques for more sales in pharma industries. I think I've answered that. I'm a business development consultant, MSME. How will this help me? Amit ji, I would highly suggest first you please have a look at the syllabus. And if you think that everything that's mentioned there is something that you already do, then maybe you connect with one of the counselors, because since you already come from business development and you're doing it for MSMEs, probably a consultant from Jigsaw will help you make that decision better, right? Because I really don't know what is that you're looking for. There are a lot of things that this course offers. If that is what you're looking for, then this course makes sense. If that's something that you're not looking for, then this course will not make much sense. That's the point that I'm trying to make here. Sir, I work in top corporate hospitals. Okay, sir. So please look at on how you can generate good leads and the right leads and create your lead funnel. I think that in itself can help you. I'm a CA. How do we make a career in consulting and advisory? Oh, wow. So there are lots and lots of chartered accountants in consulting and advisory as a as a services, professional services industry. Um, Akshay, you can probably write to me. Maybe I don't want to take away too much time talking about consulting and advisory in general, but as a chartered accountant, it's easier to it's not too difficult if you're inclined towards consulting and helping other people solve their business challenges. So maybe you can write to me and I'll be happy to answer that on email or LinkedIn. Right?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, hi Umang. This is Vivek here. Am I audible?
Yes, Vivek, you are audible.
Yeah, very good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. I was just going through your presentation, what all you have been presenting, and I'm like, a little bit out. I've been doing sales since 2-3 years of my time, and I've been generating good number of leads, good number of client base and all. But
Great.
the area where I'm lacking is buttering a client and converting to the maximum number of conversion for my company.
Yes. So what you said, you use the word buttering, I would refer
Buttering or convincing skills, I think.
Yes, convincing. So
Would be a good word. Yeah.
negotiate. So there are two parts to it. One is my pitching, what I'm pitching and how I'm pitching to my customer, right? And then comes negotiating, right?
Correct.
Even if when you buy a product, you first look for the pitch, right? You wait for the salesperson to explain that to you. If you're convinced, you will make a purchase. Correct, Vivek ji?
Correct.
When you're not convinced, when the customer is not convinced, then comes negotiation. And negotiation has tactics. How do I negotiate, right? And I mean, it's a very scientific process. And I think that's part of one of the modules also of this course. So how to negotiate well. And even if you don't join this course, there's enough literature out there to learn effective negotiation tactics, right? And that is something that you can look at, because if you're struggling to convert more clients, probably that is the area, right? That how do I negotiate it? And negotiate is always not about price, right?
Correct.
It is in a principle way, it is about that, okay, my customer wants this product, but he doesn't want me to sell it to him or her, right? So yeah, please look at the effective negotiation tactics. There are verbal tactics, there are non-verbal tactics, then there are if your sales, I don't know what is the kind of product that you deal in.
Yeah, so actually I'm an independent consultant, and like I have products into retail industry. I've got products for into digital marketing services and all. So many are product based things and many are into service based things.
Got it. So yeah, your selling is more of so the kind of industry that you are. So all of it starts from identifying what kind of an industry you are in, and then
apparel industry. Yeah, you can consider apparel industry as of now.
Got it. And what is the minimum ticket size?
That would be nearly about 25,000.
So it's a decent price, right? I mean, it's not an inexpensive product or a service, correct? Correct. So you need to take a more consultative approach to sales. What that means is that when you are selling something that has a high ticket price attached to the product, you need to first win the trust of the customer.
Correct.
How to win the trust is that first you educate the customer even before you sell them anything. Let's say I sell insurance, Vivekji. Right?
Correct.
There are two approaches. One, I come and I just tell you, Vivekji, these are for insurance. This one has a better price. I think you should go with this. Second, I come to you, I spend 1 hour, we both drink tea or coffee together. We just talk about normally, and I give you knowledge on how insurance industry functions. What are the different options these days? What is happening? What is the role of different kinds of insurance? What is a Mediclaim? And what is a life insurance policy? And I don't sell you anything. We just talk. Will you naturally have more trust on me? And then when I will make a recommendation, your more chances are you will go with me.
Correct.
Because I've given you some knowledge. I have consulted with you, right? So whosoever on this call is selling products which have a higher ticket size, I would highly suggest something called consultative selling. Get into it. Teach your customer before you sell, right? So yeah.
One more small doubt among this, like if suppose like I get number of queries from the clients. Suppose in a month I'm getting, as an example, 100 customer inquiries are coming, and I'm able to I would not probably say or term as consulting, but yes, just providing the information what they wanted. Okay, so if I'm just doing that, so what do you think should be the average conversion, that a salesperson can do for this? Like,
Sir, sales conversion, you have mentioned a word. So first I'll just break down sales conversion for everyone on the call also, right, Vivekji? So sales
yes.
conversion is simply, let's say I generated 100 inquiries, and if I've converted 20, my sales conversion ratio is 20 by 100, that is 20%. Now, Vivekji's question is that what is an ideal conversion ratio? Correct, Vivekji?
Correct, Umangji, yeah.
Sir, that depends on multiple factors. Number one, the kind of industry that you are in, right? Number two, the kind of operations and product that you are selling, right?
Okay.
Let's say even automobile industry has no standard conversion ratio. A Mercedes will have a different conversion ratio than a Maruti, right? And
Correct.
Maruti will have a different conversion ratio than a Tata.
Correct.
Because somewhere or the other, even though the customer is buying the same thing, a car, their approach, their mindset, everything is different, right? Customer to company mindset is also different, and the way company is also looking at customer is very different. So good way to assess whether you are at optimum conversion levels or not is just see to it once that how have your conversion levels improved over the past 6, 7, 8 months. So if you're consistently seeing that they are improving, I don't think you should care much about conversion levels at this stage. If you think that they're not improving, check conversion levels for people who have a similar company and who are in similar space, right? And there are easy ways to find that out. Maybe, you can write to me and I can share some more details. But yeah, that is essentially how it works, right? So, but don't get too caught up. As long as you are improving, don't get too caught up in that. That's
sure,
what I would suggest.
Yeah. Okay, Umangji. Thanks for your time.
Okay, thank you so much, Vivekji. Thank you so much for asking. Ankit, you're a commerce student. Yes, commerce, so it's all about profit, loss, revenue. I was a commerce student once, so yeah. How sales strategy is useful if there are multiple products? Oh, definitely. Then too, you must have a sales strategy. What product to push? What product not to push? What product will become your entry point in consumer's journey? And what will be the product that you will upsell? All of that matters a lot, right? So yeah, sales strategy is extremely useful when you have, without strategy, you cannot sell multiple products or services. It is given, right? So if you're someone who deals into multiple products, because all your products will have a different production or delivery cost if you're into services, right? So you need to have a healthy mix, correct? Why different companies have so many different products? Why does Samsung sell so many mobile phones? There's a high-end mobile phone. Even in high-end, there are 3, 4 models. Why? There's a reason, and they have a different strategy behind each model that they launch, right? Each model is catering to a specific set of customers. So it's extremely, extremely important. Have I missed anything? So I see nothing in chat. How can we develop sales leadership? By practicing leadership, I would say. Leadership is something that develops over time. And there are a lot of ways, there are a lot of things actually that you can do, which will make you a good and an effective leader. In sales, a good leader is the one who is effective, right? And effective not in terms of just generating revenue for the company, effective also in terms of ensuring that your team is happy, ensuring that your customers are happy, ensuring you have repeat customers. So a lot of metrics that you have to look at, right? And it's a continuous process, right? So leadership is a way of life, rather than something that we all can learn and just learn once and apply daily. No, we have to learn daily and apply daily. That is why they say leaders are built different. No, they're not built different. They just think differently and they just act differently, right? So that's my 2 cents on those are my 2 cents on sales leadership, Kuljit ji. Not just sales leadership, any kind of a leadership. That's how it works, right? So you learn daily, you unlearn daily, and you apply daily.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Nitin ji. Good evening.
Hello.
Sir, I'm Anuj Kumar. I'm in pharmaceutical industry for 5 years. I try to come out for job.
Sorry, I cannot hear you clearly. Sir, if it would be a little louder.
Farhan, and I'm in pharmaceutical industry since 5 years. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Yes,
Hello.
sir. I'm
Yes.
in pharma industry since 5 years.
Pharma.
Currently, I'm in pharmaceutical industry.
Okay.
I need to tell doctors like a hematologist, oncosurgeons, neurosurgeons, intensivist physicians. Okay, and I try to convince to all my doctors for my products, my brand. So
Sir,
still I'm not
actually,
getting much result. Yes, I'm
your voice
expecting.
is, sir, I'm so sorry, but your voice is muffling a little, and I could not get your question properly. Afia, Irshad, could you all hear it properly? If not, then maybe could we just ask them, request them to put it on chat?
Yeah,
Am I audible?
put it on chat,
Okay,
please.
sir. Okay. Okay,
Because
sir.
the voice is not at all audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, Priyanka ji, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Hi, Umang.
Hi.
I have a question. See, just sometimes before you told Vivek, I think so, it's up to you how to approach customer, right? Means as a consultant or as a salesperson, okay? But if you are working in MNC, so they're all means mostly all customers are big clients. So how you approach as a sales or as a consultant? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. I was just listening to a question. There's one very special thing that you mentioned, that you work with an MNC. Now, the thing with MNCs is that they have a lot of these processes already in place on how you should be approaching your customers, right? I'm assuming you are in an IT company, correct?
Yeah.
So IT companies already, I mean, because IT sales is a very scalable thing. So all the big companies, they usually have a very laid out process, sales and operations plannings and process on how you should reach out, how you should talk, what is the first email that should go out, what is the second email that should go out. And, inside that industry, if you really want to grow, maybe the things that you can start focusing on is that how do you get better at the interpersonal communication? How do you get better at negotiation, right? And I don't know if your company gives you leads or you are supposed to generate your own leads, but given it's an MNC, I'm assuming that they give you leads, but how to filter out the right leads, how to follow up in a manner that you do not lose out on any conversions, all of that. So yeah, I mean, those are certain things that I could think
They
of.
didn't give me any leads. We need to find out. We just mail, means we have a database. We just
Okay,
mail to everybody and we need to find out who's the right customer for us.
sure. So maybe, yeah. So the first thing is that how do I find the right customer, right?
Yeah.
That is extremely important. So if you can crack for your industry that, okay, this is the way to find out right customers, probably, that's the best way, which is, so for example, let's say if I had a health bar brand, a healthy yoga bar, right? Or a nutrition bar. Where am I most likely to find my customers? I would rather go to a gym and set up my, small stall there every day in the morning, because that's where my customer is. I would go to a beach or where people jog or to the park and probably set up a small stall in the morning, right? Because I know that these people are into fitness, so they are more likely to buy this product.
But
I'm not saying that's the best strategy, but just if I can find where my customer is and I can crack that and I can figure out a way to reach to them.
sorry to interrupt you, but which example you given? So that is for physical, means for example,
Right.
if I have a local customers, but if I'm looking
Right.
for the foreign customers, example,
Right.
we are mailing with database that is from US and Canada. Okay. So how we approach them, because we only have one option, that is emailing, right?
Sure.
And I didn't get that. I can't go and put the stall and means other way.
So the point that, yes, I'll probably address that also. So the point that I'm trying to make is that you need to find out that how are you writing your emails? So you said that email is the only way you can reach out to them. How
Right.
are you writing that email? How is the copy? Is that email copy strong enough to get their attention, right? Or to get a response from them, right?
I'm
Or
really
you
not
can,
sure because
or
I'm
maybe you
still
can
learning.
use LinkedIn, or if you can use LinkedIn to generate leads. Instead of you writing to people, how about people reaching out to you? So if you see a lot of people in the chat are asking me if they can reach out to me. So instead of me reaching out to them, they are asking if they can reach out to me, right? I'm just using it as an example. I'm quite happy that people want to connect, but so can I use LinkedIn to write content wherein, people who are from my industry want to connect with me? And can I create a community around it? So there are a lot of ways, Priyanka ji, in which digitally also we can find out the right customer. Today, we have so many technological tools available to us that we can exactly find out that who is looking for this kind of a product or service, and then accordingly reach out to them.
Okay.
Yes.
You mean to say digital marketing?
Digital, pretty much everything falls under digital marketing if you consider sales as part of marketing.
Okay, because okay, it's
Yeah.
means a little bit confused. Not an issue. Thank you.
Not a problem. Okay. We have about 1 more minute. So any more questions or anything? But it's been a very interesting and a fantastic discussion. So many questions. For the people who are asking how they can connect, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. I think that's the best way. But have a look at IIM Indore website, have a look at the Jigsaw website, get in touch with your counselors, learn more about it, figure out whether this course makes sense for you. But I can assure you, the quality and whatever they offer, it's just amazing. You can have a look at some of their workshops and everything. Could you please introduce, it was a lovely session. Introduce what, Abhin, if you can just tell me, I will be happy to introduce.
Good evening. So I joined 5 minutes late. So in case I missed your introduction, so who
Okay.
you are?
Sure.
You all are about.
Yes. Sure. So my name is Umang. Abhin. I lead consulting and advisory business at Shabang. We are a marketing, consulting, and technology transformation company with 1,100 people working across Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, London, and Amsterdam. And I work with a lot of sales organizations on their sales and channel setups, process optimizations, go-to-market activities, and all of that. So I have a keen interest in sales, whether it's online sales and offline sales. So that's my introduction. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Srinivasan. It was great interacting with everyone. Thank you so much to Jigsaw team for coordinating it. If you all have any questions, please. Sir, can we have one more session as I have joined late? Maybe I missed. Akbar, that's not in my hand. I got an invite from Jigsaw to be here today, and I said that I'm very much happy to be here. So one more session, that's up to Jigsaw team. But you can very much get in touch with them about it. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for joining. Afia, is that it?
Yeah, that will be all. Umang,
Okay,
thank you so
great.
much.
Great.
Thank you everyone for joining.
Yes, my LinkedIn and all is already there in the chat. You all can have a look at it. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take care, everyone. Bye. Bye.